Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. This is my reading for September 2015 for Capricorn. How will September of 2015 go for Capricorns? Let's ask the cards. How will September of 2015 go for Capricorn? How will September 2015 go for Capricorn? How will September 2015 go for Capricorn? Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh. Start. Oh my. Let's see if we can adjust that. There we go. So, the center of the reading here, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Chance, opportunity. Things are out there, things are happening, things are moving in your way. Your number is being called, for good or for ill. The Wheel of Fortune often is events that seem random at the time, but there may be karma behind them, there may be manifestation and visualizations behind them, it may just be dumb luck. All kinds of things can happen. But it seems to come out of the blue, and it's a fortune. But fortunes can be good and fortunes can be bad. That's the thing about the wheel. You never quite know. And in this situation, it's crossed by the Ten of Cups. The sort of ultimate happy card, the couple, their children dancing, gazing up into the rainbow of joy and happiness. And that's a problem here. It's interesting. So, we're moving away from a situation represented by the Six of Cups, or Six of Pentacles rather, charity and giving. One can either be on the receiving end of things, receiving that which one needs thanks to the goodness of others. One can be on the paying end of things, sharing that which one has with those who need it. And that's in the past. And in the present, sort of the base of this, perhaps motivating this spin of the wheel, is the Six of Wands, victory and triumph. Here is the King Caesar with the laurel wreath around his head, marching in triumph with along with his army. Always a nice thing to have at the base of your situation. But what he's marching back to is an entirely new situation. After the victory, things cannot be the same. Maybe they're not the same in that, yes, the battle is won, yes, fortune has come, but this is no longer part of things. This happiness, this sort of emotional satisfaction, is the sacrifice. Because we have here the Three of Swords, one of the most iconic images in the deck. Three ideas stabbed through the heart. Victory, but at what cost? And here, We have the Tower. Destruction, the end of a situation, clearing out the old in a rapid, surprising, and dramatic way, but in a necessary way. The tower was corrupt and old. It needed to be brought down so that something new could be built in its place. And so what I see here is a major victory, but at a major cost. There's something in Capricorn's life that needed to be addressed, needed to be dealt with, and you know what? Capricorn dealt with it in a decisive, in a dramatic fashion. But in doing that, sacrificed a lot of what had been filling Capricorn's life with happiness and joy. For the moment, though, don't worry, things turn around. The Six of Cups here, in the sort of friends and family, the suit of people around you, the fact that that is there, the sort of innocent enjoyment of the garden, happy times without a care in the world, indicates that this, to me, that this is a really personal situation, a personal set of problems. A lot of this is going to be going on in your own heart, and the people around you aren't really involved. They might not even notice quite what's going on here, because it's really just inside you, in your own life path, in your own destiny, not concerning them at the moment. Obviously, they're important to you in all kinds of different ways, but they're not the crux of things. So we have here, in Hopes and Dreams, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands here, I always interpret as when something happens fast, something dramatic comes out of the blue. And that's what you're hoping for, but also fearing. On the one hand, this sacrifice, this destruction, this heartbreak may have come a bit out of the blue. But on the other hand, you never want to really sit and linger in this situation. You want something to come and change it. Now this final card here up at the top, the Seven of Swords, is interesting. I'll throw another few cards to sort of maybe interpret that and help us make more sense of it. We have here the Seven of Swords here. The guy sneaking away from the camp. He's got some of what he wants. Maybe not everything. He's still looking back. But is he looking back at the two swords he left behind? Or is he looking back, waiting for people to come after him, to be caught out? Let's read a little bit more about that. Keep their secrets today. One of the readings of the High Priestess is the sort of mistress of secrets. So we have here won a victory, but at a great sacrifice. Nonetheless, in the end of the day, you're coming away with what you needed. But it's had a great emotional cost. You're not going to be able to forget about that. These things that you lost are going to call at you like the moon, drawing up the wild animals of the forest, the giant crab thing from the water here, sort of being a symbol of the depths of one's own unconsciousness. The moon drawing them all up, these things that were hidden and repressed, and calling them forth onto this new path, a new journey. Even that you got what you needed. You accomplished what was necessary here. But as in life, one's work is in life in general, one's work is never done. And you're going to hear the call from deep within your heart to step up on this new path and start dealing with it. But it's a problem, though. We got here the Queen of Swords here. Swords being rationality, reason. And the Queen of Swords is always the sort of a figure whose reason is greater than her intuition and emotion, for whom she might want to do something, she might feel a certain way, but she knows better and is not going to let that happen. And so here we have, I interpret this as resistance. While there's the call to sort of start rebuilding that which was lost or sacrificed in the victory. There's also resistance towards it. And with the High Priestess here, she keeps her secrets. She does not tell what's going on. And so it's going to be a little while before a clear direction of sort of how to start recreating or regaining, or how to move forward in general from this successful but traumatic situation. How are you going to move forward from it? The answer is not going to be clear. There's not going to be any dramatic bolt from the blue that sort of solves everything. This is a sacrifice that had meaning and meat to it. And although victory was attained, you kind of got to deal with the fallout, the consequences of the cost of that victory for a while before you'll be ready to move forward. Best of luck to you.